Hello, podcast family. Hope you guys are having a great day. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Design Break Podcast, where we dive deep into the world of design and freelancing to help you elevate your skills and grow your freelance business. I'm your host, Rocky Rourke, and today we're exploring a powerful tool for every freelance business owner's arsenal: self-evaluation. We're going to discuss 5 essential questions that can help you grow weekly and help keep your business on track for success. In this episode, we're going to delve into how these questions can help you elevate what's working and what's not, allowing you to focus on the activities that drive results. So grab your favorite note-taking tools and let's prepare to transform your freelance business with this weekly review process. If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider subscribing and leaving us a review wherever you get your podcasting fix. It helps more creatives like you find us and join our thriving listener base. And please, if you know someone who could benefit from today's episode, be sure to share the link to this episode with them. I'm sure that they would love to see you bring value to their lives, and who knows, maybe they might send some work your way. You never know. So now let's dive into the core issue many freelancers are facing. Running a freelance business without regular self-evaluation is like sailing without a compass. You might be working hard, but you could very well be heading in the wrong direction without knowing what's working and what's not. Most freelancers need to evaluate their systems and processes regularly. They often wait until the end of the year, if at all, to look back and assess their progress. This sporadic review cycle means many inefficiencies, and broken processes need to be addressed. Imagine this: you're working tirelessly day after day, investing hours into activities like social media marketing, hoping they'll bring in more clients. But without a proper review system, you cannot know if these efforts are paying off or just draining your time and energy. This lack of regular evaluation leads to a host of problems. You might continue investing in low-value activities while missing out on high-value opportunities. Your growth stagnates and you remain stuck in a feast or famine cycle. This is something that you're going to be hearing me talk a lot about in the past episode and in future episodes, is this feast and famine cycle, because it is so important and so detrimental to freelance businesses. So how do we know if your process is outdated or broken if we don't have a recurring review cycle? This is where the need for regular structured self-evaluations comes into play. By consistently assessing what works and what doesn't, you can make informed decisions to refine your process and focus on what drives results. Understanding this problem is the first step towards finding a solution. So let me share a personal story that illustrates the importance of regular self-evaluation and how it transformed my own freelance business. In 2018, I found myself needing help, trying to figure out what was working and what wasn't in my freelance business. I spent countless hours every single day for years on social media, crafting the perfect Instagram post, thinking that this would bring in more clients and push me closer to my financial goals, my freelance goals, basically all of my goals in life. But the truth was, it wasn't working. I was investing 3 to 4 hours daily, sometimes even more, into something that brought no significant results. Despite my efforts, I wasn't seeing the leads that I hoped for. I felt stuck, I felt frustrated, and unsure of what to do next. Then one day, I signed up for a simple entrepreneur course with, I believe it was Creative Live. And by the way, I am a serial course buyer. I probably have a few hundred courses I've bought over the last decade, and I have a problem. But here with this course, I learned a technique for evaluating my business. I learned how to evaluate it both weekly, monthly, and even quarterly. And this technique started with just a simple weekly review where I would go through, evaluate the highs, the lows of my week, identify what got me results versus what drained my energy with little to no return. More importantly, the course taught me to conduct an audit of my freelance business, something I had never really done before. I honestly had never even thought to do this. I looked at where all my leads had come from over the past few years, allowing me to focus more on those high value activities, those activities that basically brought in results. They resulted in some sort of form of ROI into what I was doing, what kind of task it was, or whatever activity it was, and eliminate the low value ones, those tasks that just suck up your time. They don't lead to any results. If they might lead to some, but for the most part, they don't lead to any real results. And it dramatically changed my business. I quickly learned that all that hard work I put into Instagram wasn't leading to anywhere. Over 2 years, not a single quality lead had come from Instagram. It was a complete wake-up call. I realized I had been spending so much time on a low value activity. Now, for those of you who have been following me for a long time on social media, specifically on Instagram, you'll know from probably 2016 to 2018, 2019, I was posting like crazy. It was like posting like wildfire across social media. I was posting every day on Instagram. I was doing at least one tailored post. I was posting stories like as soon as I woke up, as soon as I got like my morning routine out of the way, I would do a 5 to 10 story recap of, how the week was going, how my day went yesterday and everything, what I was planning on doing this day. And people loved it. Like I had a lot of engagement. I grew my Instagram following to close to 50,000 followers. And it was this day, it was, I think, the summer of 2018, where I had this wake up call where I realized, holy crap, I'm not actually getting any return on this. The most that I ever got from my Instagram posting was I did get a connection to Adobe. Though the connection was actually through a former coworker, and he didn't actually show the Instagram account. He showed my YouTube. They saw the YouTube, they saw some videos I created, then they saw my Instagram. So it's an indirect connection to Instagram. That was literally the only thing that ever came from it. No real leads were coming in. The biggest issue was that so much work, or so many leads that were coming in from Instagram, were very low quality leads. It was most people looking for a logo design or an illustration for $50, $100. It wasn't really there. It wasn't beneficial for me. So once I understood, once I stopped posting to Instagram and redirected my efforts towards activities bringing in leads, over the next calendar year, this shift in focus nearly doubled my freelance income. It was a transformative experience that showed me the power of regular self-evaluation and strategic adjustments. Once I understood this, once I stopped posting to Instagram as much, once I stopped focusing so much on social media, or at least the social media channels that weren't bringing in results, and redirected my efforts towards activities that brought in leads, like for instance, networking, reaching out to people in my network via LinkedIn or posting to Twitter or YouTube videos, over the course of the next calendar year, this shift in focus nearly doubled my freelance income. It's something that continued growth over time, and it's something I've continued to do over time to really help to transform my freelance business. It was very transformative experience that showed me the power of regular self-evaluation and strategic adjustments. So now that you've heard how regular self-evaluation transformed my freelance business, let's dive into how you can implement this strategy in your own work. First, if you don't fully understand the systems or processes your business has in place, start there. Figure those things out. If you don't have, or if you're like, systems and processes, like what are you even talking about? Like you need to take some time and figure that out. Now, this includes everything from how to generate leads to how to complete projects, your whole process of that, to client onboarding, client offboarding, follow-up, asking for referrals, etc. Now, if you heard all that and you're like, onboarding, offboarding, what? There's some work that needs to be done there. In fact, I'm probably going to create some content devoted specifically for that, specifically for creating processes and systems like that to help everyone who may not have experienced that or may not have any knowledge in doing so. But the first and the most crucial system to evaluate is how you generate leads. Why? Because this is the lifeline of your business. Without a steady flow of new projects, it's hard to maintain or grow your freelance business. Now, for those of you who understand your systems and processes, well, start small with your evaluations. At the end of every week on Friday, sit down with no distractions, no music. I mean, you could probably put some music on in the background or something, or some wave motion things or whatever. I actually have some of those I put on to my TV here in the studio. I'll sit here, I'll bring up my bullet journal, and I'll start writing everything out. But sit down with no distractions and ask yourself these 5 questions. First off, what did you complete this week? What is the list of things that you completed? The things that you set out to do and you got done, the things that you got completely finished with. Now, this could be client work. This could be projects. This could be internal work. This could even be personal tasks as well. It's a wide variety. Honestly, like, you could have anywhere from 3 or 4 things listed here to as much as 20 plus. There's a lot of different things that you could put here. I completed a marathon this week. I definitely did not do that, but you can kind of see like what I'm going with. Like, I completed a course, or I listened to this awesome podcast called Design Break. So like, there's different things that you can put here and list out. And if you want to, you could always start listing these things as you go through. If you don't have a like task management software, or if you don't have just like a pad of paper where you go through and mark all your tasks that you complete, go through and like try and start doing that. That way you can keep track of all of this. Now, I don't mean like I brushed my teeth, check, or I took my medicine, check. I'm talking about things like I completed 3 workouts this week. I completed our latest project. The invoices has been sent out. I completed 3 new pieces of content. I recorded 3 podcast episodes. You can see like where I'm going for with this. The next question is, what were your wins versus your losses this week? And I like to give at least 3 examples of each. You can put as many as you want, but you always want to address both wins and losses. So that could be, we landed a new client this week. That's a great win. That's a perfect thing. We finished a project this week. We got paid this week. My birthday was this week. Like, those are wins. Those are things that we can put there. But we also want to focus on including the losses. I had to fire a client this week. We got fired by a client this week. We lost out on the $50,000 project that we were looking forward to. Like, all of these things, you need to go through and really look at what were the wins and the losses. Or you can think of it as like the high points and low points this week. And the best thing to do is track these things every single day. Like I said before, I have a bullet journal. That's what I use to track my tasks, my meetings, what's going on throughout the week, so on and so forth. That's how I keep track of all those things. For you, it could just be a legal pad that you constantly are writing on. That's what I used to do, or, something like that. But keep track of these things. So write out 3 wins, 3 losses at the very least. The next question is, where did you waste the most time this week? Again, give at least 3 examples, and I'm very sure that you can find 3 examples. Spent too much time on Netflix watching stuff in the background as I was working. I slept in too much this week. I slept till like 1 p.m. That's definitely not good. That's not going to push the needle for your freelance business. I procrastinated too much. I'm definitely guilty of that. Doom scrolling for 4 hours a day, or I played a video game on my phone for 3 or 4 hours. Guilty as charged. Like, sometimes what I do to just relax, and this is not during the day while I'm working, but this is when I'm done for the day. It's time for me to just like, just relax and just like get into a nice mellow mood. Sometimes what I like to do is I like to sit in my chair and I'll just go on my phone, and there's a couple of games on my phone that I play. I'll sit there and play them for like an hour or so. I'll even set a timer sometimes in order to know, okay, I need to stop playing this right now. I've done too much here. I need to focus on something else. Or, if my son is still awake, I will go through and just like go into his playpen and play with him. When he goes to sleep, then I'll go and play the game, or I'll doom scroll on Instagram or wherever it is. So those are like some of the things that you want to include on here. But I would say at least put 3. I think that you could easily find a dozen or 2 dozen things that you did this week that didn't bring in results, that kind of, wasted time. And I think that's for most people. I'm not judging you. I'm not trying to pass judgment or anything like that. but I really think most of us can find 3 things, or at least a dozen things. The next question to ask is, what activity led to the most results this week? So that could be anything from having regular follow-up with clients, not just your active clients, but your past clients. That could be reaching out to your network. That could be creating content that generated a lot of buzz. That could be sending out a newsletter. That could be creating a side project. Those are definitely very great ways to lead to results. So going through here and listing out every activity that led to results. I don't put an actual minimum here because sometimes things don't lead to results. I mean, I don't generally keep like client work or things I did on client work in this category. Usually it's always something that pushes the needle for my business, things that added results to my business. And the fifth question here is, what are you most grateful for this week? And I try to also include 3 examples here. Now, again, just like with all these, it could be many things. I could be grateful for my wife. I could be grateful for my team, the freelancers that I have on my team. I could be grateful for a client. We had a client a couple weeks ago where one of our team members was out sick and she couldn't finish up the project in time. I sent an email to him letting him know, like, hey, unfortunately, this is going to get pushed back a little bit. I do apologize. And he was amazing. There was nothing negative. He was like, I hope that they get better. I hope that they feel better and everything. Don't worry about it. It's okay if the project gets pushed out a little bit. That's perfectly fine. That client I am so grateful for, and I hope that we can work with them for a very long time. But finding things that you are grateful for, the most grateful for this week, at least 3 of them, that is a great way to move forward. And then here's even a bonus question. Did you follow up with everyone you needed to this week? That question, honestly, that alone is as important as all 5 of those combined. But did you follow up with everyone you needed to this week? And this question actually prompted me to start creating a list of everyone I needed to reach out to at the beginning of each week. So going through and listing out, whether it's 5 people or 500 people, hopefully it's not that much, but listing all of those people out on like my bullet journal or sheet of paper or in a CRM or something, and making sure that I reach out to them. So let's go back through and go through this list one more time. So number 1, what did you complete this week? Number 2, what were your wins versus your losses this week? Number 3, what did you waste the most time on this week? Number 4, what activity led to the most results this week? Number 5, what are you most grateful for this week? And then, of course, the bonus one, did you follow up with everyone you need to? By starting with these 5 or 6 weekly questions, you will gain valuable insights into your business. You will see what's working and what's not, which honestly is crucial for making informed decisions. Seeing that, looking at those answers and reviewing them are very, very important when it comes to improving upon your business, improving upon your processes. As you continue this practice week after week, review these questions at the end of each month to identifying recurring themes. If you're seeing that you're wasting too much time on social media, if you're finding that you're wasting too much time, listening or watching Netflix or something like that, you need to fix it. What you need to do is emphasize the high value activities while automating, delegating, or completely eliminating the low value activities. Think of this as a personal board meeting, this monthly review. Think of it as a personal board meeting for your business. Set it as a recurring task every single month, the last day or second to last day, and use it to set your goals for yourself, both for your business and your personal. Over time, this will help you refine your process, stay focused on what truly matters, and grow your business sustainably. So as we wrap up today's discussion on the importance of regular self-evaluation, let's turn our insights into immediate action. So here are 5. Normally I do 3 action items or actionable steps. Here we're going to do 5 actionable steps that you can take right now to start transforming your freelance business with self-evaluations. Action item number 1, set recurring review sessions. First, set up a recurring review session for yourself. Schedule a time for every single Friday at the end of each month and at the end of each quarter. That way you can see the whole breadth of all of your reviews. Consistency is key here. Action item number 2, weekly evaluations. At the end of each week, ask yourself the 5 essential questions. Let's go over them again. What did you complete this week? What were your wins versus losses? Where did you waste the most time? What activity led to the most results? What are you most grateful for this week? Bonus question, did you follow up with everyone? Action item number 3, review and reflect. This is something I haven't mentioned so far this episode, so I'm glad you're sticking around. Review and reflect on Monday. On the following Monday, after you've gone through and done your review on Friday, take out your review and reflect on it. Refresh your memory on everything you noted so you can start the week on the right foot with clear intentions. Action item number 4, monthly personal board meetings. At the end of the month, hold a personal board meeting, review your weekly evaluations, identify recurring themes, and decide whether to automate, delegate, or eliminate low-value activities. And number 5, accountability and consistency. Keep yourself accountable and ensure you stay consistent. If you miss a weekly review, don't worry. Do it the following Monday, or make sure not to miss the next one. Consistency is crucial for this process to be effective. Implementing these action items now will help you clarify what's working and what's not, allowing you to make informed decisions and continuously improve your freelance business. So as we close out today's episode on the importance of regular self-evaluation, I hope you found it insightful and inspiring. We're exploring how asking the right questions every week can help you identify what's working, eliminate what's not, and keep your freelance business on path to success. Remember, regular self-evaluations isn't just about looking back. It's about using the knowledge to make better decisions on your path forward. By setting up reoccurring review sessions, asking essential questions, and acting on your findings, you can continuously improve your processes and grow your business. If you're interested in learning more about how to grow your freelance business with stories, tips, and cheat codes like what you heard in today's episode, be sure to sign up for my free bi-weekly newsletter at freelancer2founder.co. Sign up today and you'll receive a free gift in your welcome email. That's freelancer2founder.co, and you'll receive that free gift. This is something that I just started building out just a couple of months ago, and it's something that I will hopefully be releasing later this summer, but I'm really excited about it. More to come on that. I'm not going to share quite as much right now, but I wanted to go and throw that in there. If you enjoyed this episode and want to learn more about the Design Break podcast, be sure to visit www.thedesignbreak.com. That's thedesignbreak.com for more information and many more great episodes. Be sure also to give us a review and also to share this episode with anyone else you feel might benefit from this information. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and I hope you will share it with everyone else. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Rocky Rourke. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn. Easy to find me, same profile picture, for more insights and behind the scenes content about building a successful freelance business. But I want to thank you all for tuning in to Design Break Podcast with another great episode. I'm glad to be creating these episodes again. I took a couple of months off and I really missed it. Remember to always stay passionate, stay positive, stay creative. Until next time, keep breaking barriers and pushing boundaries in your freelance business. Thank you guys so much. That's it for me. Bye.